Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot, with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Would love to say thank you to those of you that continue to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for anybody that is new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And we do things completely differently around here. So with that in mind, if the message happens to resonate, it would mean the world to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe below. And for those of you who do wish to support the channel further, check out the description box. It will have everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And I would love to send a special thank you to those of you that have been supporting the channel beyond just the liking, commenting, and subscribing. All of it helps, and it all means the world to me. Okay, so today we are asking, how do they secretly feel about you? This could be anybody, but I was going into this particular reading with a romantic idea with it. But if you're here looking for someone else, it doesn't mean that the messages aren't going to resonate with you, okay? So we're going to be using the Spiral Oracle today by, I cannot remember who this is by, Lily Acuna. Yeah. Lily Acuna. This is what the box looks like. I love this deck. I will have to check these cards off of camera because some of them are inappropriate for the YouTube thing. So we'll get into that when we get there. But let's go ahead and get started with your prayer. Okay, my beloved sources, prayers for anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey that's on here, whether they come on here for the entire time or for a moment's time. I ask that you wrap everybody here in love and in light and in truth and in knowledge. Sometimes when we don't know how another party feels, or sometimes when we don't know how even we feel, or what it is that we're supposed to do, and confusion overtakes us, we get lost and we're not sure of which way to go. And so today I ask that you give us clear messages that help us know what's the right action for us. Even if it's not what we want to hear and it's what we need to hear, those are important messages too. And knowing that sometimes things happen in divine timing, and that's going to be far better than if it happened in our timing or what we expect it to be. So today I ask that you bring forth the clarity that is needed, bring forth the comfort that those are seeking, and bring forth the truth that they came looking for. As these words are spoken upon this collective, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. All right, we're going to set this up over here. All right, let me give this a quick shuffle. All right, source, what spiral oracle cards are going to help us better understand how they secretly feel about my collective? How do these people secretly feel about my collective? What would you like to share with us today? What spiral oracle card will help us better understand this? Yeah. How do they secretly feel about my collective, source? What would you like to share? Oh, that was a weird shuffle. How do they secretly feel about my collective, source? How do they secretly feel about my fellow humans? Okay, thank you. How do they secretly feel about my fellow human, source? For pile number 1, source, what spiral oracle card will help us better understand how they secretly feel about pile number 1? How do they secretly feel about pile number 1? Thank you. All right, source. And for pile number 2, what spiral oracle card will help us better understand how they secretly feel about pile number 2? Thank you. And for pile number 3, source, what spiral oracle card will help us better understand how they secretly feel about pile number 3? How do they secretly feel about pile number 3? Whoa, thank you. Okay, I have to check this off the camera, but let me see if it's appropriate to show. Okay, cool. We've got the energy of the Andes. A mountain to climb, right? The Andes are a very big mountain range. And there's this energy where it's like seeing the vibrations coming out from this, realizing that there's a lot to getting to your height. And I feel like with this, it's realizing that they want to make that move and they want to make that step, but not sure of just how long it's going to take. And knowing that you're worth it. And I keep hearing that song. Is it Miley Cyrus? It's About the Climb. You might want to check out the lyrics. That might have even deeper meaning for you as well. But it is coming through with this card. And it's actually been a really popular song that's been channeled a couple times this last week in a few of my readings. So this could be tying all those readings in together if there are readings that you've caught. But this feels like you're vibrating at a very high vibration, a vibration of love. And there's someone here, they secretly feel like you're in a different world than they are. So they're not sure of what steps to take to get closer to you. They do dream about you. They do have feelings for you, but they're just not sure how to take that first step. Let's see what this says from the book. And these don't have like large descriptions to them at all, but these cards are absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad I got them. The energy. And you guys might hear a lot going on in the background. It is an incredibly busy weekend over here at the park that we are plumb full. It says there's an energy movement rising from the base of my body through my spine. At the same time, an immense movement of energy is emerging from the center of the earth to the surface. In both events, I can glimpse the movement of a consciousness and the connection with the earth's core. In the Andes landscape, the energy of a uterus opens up, reminiscent of the primordial energy of life. In the mountains, I am born again, and I acknowledge that the feminine energy is open there and is open for the entire world. I am from the earth. I remember my connection with this living organism. I am in communion with life and all living things. The planet's transformation opens all of my doors. With joy and an open heart, I start to create higher vibrations, and I flow following the beat of Mother Earth, transforming myself with her. I remember what I have forgotten. The ancient knowledge is renewed in me. I am the earth itself, and I activate this wisdom in every cell of my body. And it's interesting because this activation, right? It's like you've activated them, but it's also very scary because this is a rebirth for them, choosing to step up to that energy. They secretly want to step up to that energy, but it is just a challenge for them right now to make that commitment, to come forth into that. What a powerful card, right? Reconnecting with the earth. Didn't I say like you're from another planet? But it's ancient wisdom. You're exhibiting this ancient wisdom, and that's sometimes scary to people because they don't know how to take it. They don't know how to observe that. All right. Make sure that we're in frame here. So for pile number 1, we do have this dice with the 4th house on it. We have this piece of garnet for you to choose from. Pile 2, we have this dice with the 7th house on it. Or we have this arrowhead for you to choose from. And for pile number 3, we have this dice with the 10th house on it. Or we have this grape agate for you to choose from. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever pile you feel drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And I will see you over there. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 4th house on it, you get it to focus. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of garnet, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on how do they secretly feel about you. This could be anyone. I was going into this with romantic intentions, but know that if you're not here for a romantic connection, that doesn't mean that there won't be messages for you, okay? But first, I would like to thank anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And if you are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently around here. With that in mind, should the message happen to resonate, it means the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. So with that, let's hop to it and find out, how do they secretly feel about pile number 1, source? How do they secretly feel about pile number 1? What would you like to share with us today, source? How do they secretly feel about pile number 1? So we've got the 10th house, Gemini energy, and the sun. This could be someone that you work with. They see you, though, as, and you might not resonate with that, because I know I have a lot of women that watch the channel, but they do see you as like this very masculine energy, but you could absolutely resonate with that, right? Because not all women are divine feminine. So I just wanted to point that out, but they do see you as this very stable masculine energy, which could mean that you've healed the toxic masculine within you and you found balance there. But with both the sun and the 10th house, that's pointing towards father energy, healthy father figure energy, and groundedness, very hard worker. So how do they secretly feel about you? They think that you would be someone that would be perfect as a parent, that you would create a good family, and that you're very adaptable to many different situations, and you're incredibly good at communicating. And so they secretly feel like they would be able to talk to you about anything and everything when it came down to it. You're very bright and you have a lot of life and vitality about you, and that bright light gives them hope. I feel this energy where they're just very excited to see you every day that they see you. And if you see them at work, this is someone who could talk to you a lot at work, like want to make space and time to meet you at work, to see you at work. But they do definitely feel that you are someone who's very grounded, very good at giving constructive criticism, very good at encouraging others to work hard, to do their best. And even if people fail or fall down, like, you're always there with an extended hand to help them up and to help them on their journey. What a beautiful energy. How they secretly feel about you. All right, so today we are using the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz. So, Source, how do they secretly feel about pile number 1? What would you like to share with us today, Source? How do they secretly feel about pile number 1? Okay. How do they secretly feel about pile number 1? How do they secretly feel about pile number 1? We've got the 3 of Wands. Yeah. Hopeful. You take them to places they've never been before. How do they feel about pile number 1, Source? Whoa. So we've got Judgment and the Son of Cups. You've also helped them see clearly about some very difficult decisions or situations that they've had in their life. Things that made them feel like it was clouding their judgment or clouding their ability to give and receive love. And you've helped them rise above that and to see things very clearly. And so they feel very grateful for you and they feel very drawn to you in love. Yeah, again, with the 8 of Coins on the bottom, this could be someone that you work with. But they feel like you together could build some sort of substantial connection, and that it's very powerful, the 2 of you working together, right? There's a lot of intricacy and confidence about you, and so they feel that that is something that they would like to lean on, a sense of creativity that you have. You seem like a master at dealing with many, many people, and not afraid to deal with them either. Not afraid to stand up for people who need to be stood up for, and not afraid to say something when something needs to be said. And with the Son of Cups here, there's that energy of being that offering of romance, right? They see you as a romantic partner. They would like to have you as a romantic partner. And it's a deep type of intensity. So it seems mysterious, and it seems like people think that from the outside they're very shallow. But there's a very deep sense of intricacy and profound depth to soul here that they see about you, but that they also feel would be sparked within themselves. And they feel like you're the only one that could coax that out of them. Wow, what a reading already. So they definitely do envision a future with you. And there's a lot of light and shadow that both of you have been facing. And I feel like they feel if you came together to face that together would mean that you both would soar to new heights. Like there would just be a new type of energy about you guys being able to face the world. You wouldn't be alone. And neither one of you are alone, right? But sometimes it's nice to have somebody in our corner that's gone through something similar to us. I feel like there's a lot of healing energy here, that together they feel that you would be able to forgive the past because you would know that the past led you to each other. And they're tired. They're tired of blaming others, and they feel more so when they're around you. So when they see you, they're like, pile 1 gives me the courage to want to forgive And I want to forget what I went through because I see them and their power, and I see them and their light, and I want to follow that. I want to seek that type of truth. And I feel like it's a relief. It's a big relief for them to be able to be seen, or to see someone like that for them. They've never known that someone like you could ever exist. And the more they get to know you, the more they feel even a deeper connection with you. Wow, my nose is going crazy right now. It's been fine this whole time. I'm talking about this right now, and it's just intense, going crazy. Which always makes me know that I'm saying what needs to be said, but it feels like they tickle my nose, just the inside of my nose with a little feather. That's what it feels like. So I always know Source is saying that, hey, you're listening to us. Right? There's certain body things that happen, at least for myself. I don't know if this is for other people who channel too, but at least for myself, there's certain things that physically happen to my outward body that it's like when Source is communicating with me, that they're like, yep, that's exactly what we wanted to say. Wow, my nose ring. I was itching my nose so much that my nose ring popped out. Okay, so put that over here. We have house 9 on the bottom, spiritual growth. Yeah, so they feel like you would bring in a lot of spiritual growth, and that together you both would just rise to new heights. And they feel like you're the only person that could bring this into their life. That you're the only one that would give them the opportunity to see that in a different way. Let me see if I can put this in real quick. Okay, there we go. Just a little pigtail, if you know what that is. All right. What else, Source? Home. Comfort, safety, belonging, and shelter. You feel like home to them. So they secretly feel like it would just be safe with you and full of love and comfort, and they would never have to feel like they didn't belong ever again, because with you they belong. How do they secretly feel about pile number 1, Source? Healing. I can't make this up. Wounds, improving, mending, and progress, that together you both would be healing those deep, deep wounds of the past. It'd be okay to let go. There would finally be a safe space where both of you could let go. And for them, for sure, like they feel like with you, they know they could let go. Okay, I feel like there's one more that wants to come from this deck. Oh, okay, I guess 2 more. Okay, so we had addiction and the grass is greener come out. So addiction with toxic attachments, drugs, alcohol, and obsession. So healing from addiction or healing from toxic attachments from the past. And the grass is greener, jealousy, better options, unhappy and deserving better. And they also feel like healing from situations where maybe there's been a possessive lover in their lives, or where you've had a possessive lover in your life, or where there's been cheating, someone cheating, or there's been really jealousy at play, or just really unhappy, right? People have been wearing a mask. But with you, you were unexpected, right? And they don't feel like they have to hide themselves anymore. That together you both could take off each other's masks and see what's underneath it all. Be vulnerable, be raw with each other. Yeah, divine intervention, serendipity, catalyst, supernatural, and karma. So Source playing a hand in this for sure. All right, Source, what else? How do they secretly feel about pile number 1? Thank you. On the bottom, we have honor yourself. This card came out like 3 times before I was getting ready for this reading, so that's another synchronicity. We've recognized the hard work you've put in to get where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. So celebrating yourself is really important as well. I feel like they want to celebrate you, but they also want you to celebrate yourself, right? So they feel like when you celebrate yourself, you're in such a good energy and such a high vibration. It makes them even feel higher as well, and they want to celebrate you. Let's see, we have relationship patterns coming out. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. This is what they feel like you would help them heal, and they feel like they could help you heal this too. Toxic relationship patterns, attachments that you've both had from the past, hardships that you've been through. What else, Source? How do they secretly feel about pile number 1? Ship. Cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression and arriving. So they would like to cut ties with the past. That energy is really clear. Like, it's just very clear coming through today. They would like to cut ties with the past and start something new and begin to mend in a way that they haven't been able to. And they feel like you're the only person that's capable of bringing that into their lives. And that might feel like a huge burden, but it's not, because they feel like they could also heal you. We have the Runner. Fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. They could have run from you out of fear of intimacy. This could be a labeled relationship, although I'm not really getting that per se. We'll see if it comes out in the other cards as well, but I just feel like this person's had to run away from people who've wanted connections, or you also have run away from people who've wanted connections because of the toxic problems from the past. And that's understandable. I feel like one more of these. Okay, thank you. On the bottom, we have delivery, transportation, inheritance, and escort. So delivering the message is what I'm hearing with this card, and transporting yourselves to a different timeline together. How do they secretly feel about pile number 1, Source? Retreat. Time to disconnect from the world. This is like that energy, like, let's go somewhere quiet, away from everything and everybody else. Let's learn about each other. Let's get to know one another. Okay, one more. Thank you. On the bottom, playfulness. It's time to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So they want to have fun with you. Okay, they want that playfulness to be in this connection. This is a lot of oracle cards. I don't think I meant to draw this many, but we're going to go with it. House 11. So again, this could be someone you work with, or this could be a friend. We have friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. This is somebody that you know. Okay, this is definitely somebody that you know. Secret crush. Yeah, they've got a secret crush on you for sure. Why do I hear that Mandy song? I'm missing you like candy. Missing you like candy. Is that by Mandy? I think it's by Mandy. Yeah. Mystery. Unknown, enigma, illusion, confusing. Yeah, so you're also an enigma. Like, you're very mysterious to them. But we were getting that earlier too. Like, a lot of people think that they're mysterious, or like they're secretive or hidden, and they feel like you're like that as well. But they feel like together you guys could be able to unpack one another and see the core of each other. But there's been a lot of deception in both of your lives. There's been a lot of people who've done dirty things to you, and sometimes that's really hard to overcome, and that's really hard to get beyond, but they feel like you're the only person that could bring that healing in because of how you see them. Guardian angels. The problems you have today will eventually disappear. Your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life, since your luck may be about to change. It's time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best part of you. And that's another thing I feel like they're fighting, is their own personal ego and their emotional ego. It's like fear of coming forward and saying, hey, I really like you, pile 1, because they're afraid of rejection, or they're afraid of getting hurt, and they're afraid of being vulnerable. And I also feel like that's something that you yourself might be fighting with as well. Practice compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. Right? Open up to this compassion, being kind. Sparking a conversation could go a long way here. Engagement ring, higher commitment, eternity, partnership, union, and completion. So there's definitely an opportunity for a commitment here, for sure. Partying, we have time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment, having fun with each other. That playfulness energy, right? I'm going to bring this back out. That playfulness energy with this, okay? Having fun with one another. It's not about putting a label on it. It's about learning about each other. The snake again, competition and enemy, the other woman, look over your shoulder. But again, it's hard to have fun when you feel like you're always on the defense here. Okay, so this is what it feels like you guys would be healing from. The wounds of sneaky people, of manipulative people. We have wedding rings and engagement. Wow, I can't. Union, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, and devotion. They see a future with you. Didn't I say that earlier too? They're seeking a future with you. Wow. They feel like you're this generous person. You give with this open heart. You offer without expectation, and you're an embodiment of unconditional love. And they admire that so much, and that's something that they really love about you. Again, communication, letter, text message, invitation, note. There needs to be communication here. Yes, I'm so glad this came out. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So getting to know each other is vital. Okay? And we've got finances and career. Financial issues are a factor right now in your love life. But I feel like this is just confirmation that this is someone that you work with. Honestly, why that's coming out. That's what this feels like. This is someone that you work with. You see at work all the time. All right, so we're going to take a look at your card. I'm going to read this from the book. I have to look at this card off of camera, though, because some of these cards are X-rated, okay? And I am not beefing or joking about that. So I have to make sure that it's okay for me to show it on camera. Okay, so it's not terrible, but I will have to cover some of it up. We have ancestral warmth. This does feel very guided, right? Like you see her crown chakra is open here. She's very connected with the earth elements. You can see her. She's in the grass here. She's very connected with the creative center of herself. And you have these beings here. And so I do feel like there's definitely a lot of guidance that's coming from your ancestors and from your guides. So we're going to read this from the book. Let me, let's see, how do we want to set this up? Are the dice big enough? That'll work. That'll work. I'm just going to put the sun dice over it. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That works. All right. Ancestral warmth. Kissing you like candy. Says the sun rises every morning, shining its perfection. It is in the center of the sky, just as the heart is the center of my being. And what a synchronicity that I picked up the sun dice to cover the card. Oh my gosh, that is next level. Thank you so much, Source. In the sun, I recognize the power and direction of life. So now is the time to ask myself, what direction am I taking? Are my thoughts, words, and actions in accordance with the direction of the sun? Am I able to observe myself honestly in my own solitude and in my own community? The direct light of the sun gives me the chance to see clearly what my limits are, what makes me shine in a genuine way, and what ignites my soul. I see the direct call as an opportunity to illuminate my personal and collective space. Blood runs through my veins, just as it does the veins of any human being who crosses my path. There is a voice rising from within and amongst the crowd, illuminating everything in its path. This is my voice. Just as the silent voice of the voiceless speaks through me. Didn't I say that you stand up for those that need to be stood up for? What? So looking back at our origins and our present, I recognize the wisdom and the pain of people. I recognize the neglected ethnic groups and the original cultures, those who live in the margins and the unseen. I illuminate the corners of my personal and our collective history with all the light that emanates from my heart. The time is now. It is time to embrace this knowledge and to row our boats as equals, as sisters and brothers in the direction of life. What do I need to address and nurture to fill my space with light and meaning? I focus on the natural, terrestrial, astronomical, and human paradise that surrounds me. Today I receive the luminous nourishment of the sun, opening up to new horizons. With humility, I rebuild the bonds, repair the damage, and without making the same mistakes. The sun will rise for us all. And this also feels like saying that it is in divine timing. But again, reminding yourself, what direction are you going in? And is this something that you want in your life? And if it is, not being afraid to take that step forward. Sometimes we have to be the ones that are brave and say, hey, guess what? What's up? I like you. I see you. Let's see where it goes, even if it is scary, right? But so synchronistic with the sun, and the sun is what we identify with. That's the I that exists within the here and the now, and knowing that we get to choose how we show up for this moment. So what a powerful reading for you, pile number one. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the sun emoji down below and say, I choose to make the most of this here now here moment, knowing that by choosing right now, I affect my future for the better. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It'll have everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And with that, I would like to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and a special shout out to your ancestors for coming in on this reading as well. And until next time, pile one, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans. If you were drawn to this dice with the 7th house on it, or if you were drawn to this arrowhead, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on how do they secretly feel about you. I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic selves. And we do things completely differently here, so if the messages happen to resonate, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out, what do they secretly think about you. Quickly, would like to mention I am coming into this with romantic interests in mind. However, if you're not here for romantic interests, that doesn't mean that the messages won't resonate with you. They still could. But I am coming into this with romance on the mind. Okay, so source for pile number 2, how do they secretly feel about pile number 2? Source, how do they secretly feel about pile number 2? What would you like to share with us today? Source, how do they secretly feel about pile number 2? It is 4:40 on the clock, so you may see 44 a lot. The number 44 might be a very specific number for you, a very special number, or you might see 444 as the angel number that follows you around everywhere. Very quickly here. So we've got the first house, we have Sagittarius energy, and we have Mars. A lot of fire here. So how do they secretly feel about you? They feel like you're a very passionate person. You're full of life. You're always on fire. Fire. Always going towards what it is that you want. Chasing your dreams. Making them a reality. Doing what no one else is willing to do. Right? You just show up and do the thing. And not everybody's willing to do that. They see you, they secretly feel like you are someone that is very, very adventurous and deep and wise and intelligent. You are a self-starter. You take initiative in the world. And you shine bright like a diamond. That you are always focusing on how to better align yourself. And that is something that they deeply, deeply, deeply admire. this is something where they feel like you could really bring a lot of excitement into their lives, but not that roller coaster ride excitement, this ups and downs and back and forth, hot and cold emotional energy. They feel like you would bring a lot of excitement into their lives because they could see the world with you, or they could experience new things with you and have fun doing it. And they feel like you're this very big energy, and they never feel eclipsed by you. They really feel like you shine a light and a warmth on them that makes them feel welcome and comforted in a way. Oh, how sweet is that? How sweet it is to be loved by you, by you. Okay, so what a cute energy coming in. We're going to be using the Kim Cran's Wild Unknown Tarot today. So we're going to get into it. I did a kind of a bare minimum cards today because sometimes I overwhelm myself with all my choices. But I'm excited about what I brought forth. A lot of Leo energy coming in as well. So we have Aries, Leo, Sag energy coming out. That could mean something to you. You could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, have the trifecta in fire, or you could have any one of those highly aspect in your chart, or they could. Source, how do they secretly feel about pile number 3? You bring a lot of happiness to them. They feel like they could let you lead, and not like taking it all the, take all the responsibility, but they feel like they could let you lead spiritually. They feel like they could let you lead in life. You know, with all that fire, I feel like that's something that you would definitely like to do. How do they secretly feel about pile number 2, source? Okay, thank you. Yeah, they feel like you're a very strong person. You've overcome a lot. You didn't let it deter you. How do they secretly feel about pile number 2, source? How do they secretly feel about pile number 2? Thank you. How do they secretly feel about pile number 2, source? Transformative. The death, or the nameless, or number 13, depends on what you know it by. Most people know it by death, but in the Tarot Marseille, it's known as the nameless card because it was too frightening to give it a name, so they gave it the number 13. I feel like that's a thing. You're very intimidating as well. Not in a sense that they want to run away from you, but like they're so... It's an attractive intimidation, because they see other people cower when it comes to you, and it's something that they knew that they could never do. Like, they would never cower from you because they know that you're just very powerful. And like I was saying, like, you're the sun, but they never feel eclipsed by you. Like, they never feel like they're just standing in their shadow. They feel like you accompany them. It's almost like as if the sun and the moon were together in the sky. You know, those days that happens where you see the sun constantly chasing the moon across the sky. It's that same energy. It's like one doesn't overshadow the other because they're both beautiful in their own right. And that's how they feel when it comes to you. Okay, so we've got the family card on the bottom. Wow, a lot of 8s coming in here. So it could be someone that you work with, but I do feel like they realize that the conventional family style, that conventional family life will not work for either one of you. Like the whole, let's get married, have a white picket fence, have one boy, one girl. Oh, now I'm hearing that song. One boy, one girl, 2 hearts beating wildly. To put it mildly, it was love at first sight. He smiled, she smiled, and they knew right away. This was the day they'd waited for all their lives. And for a moment the whole world revolved around one boy and one girl. Oh, that's so cute. They like, I was like, how sweet it is to be in love by you. Like, that's how they feel. It's just you and them. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to be, you know, you could be part of the LGBTQ plus community. You could be straight. You could be whatever. None of that matters, but that's the energy, right? It's referring to a masculine energy and a divine feminine, like a divine masculine, divine feminine. And that's how they feel. But it's like they felt like they fell in love with you at first sight. And they've never been able to get over that. But they also feel like having that traditional lifestyle with you and having that family, it just wouldn't work. It's something that it feels too structured almost. Like it's just too much of a box environment where both of you are so free. Like you can't contain the sun because the sun is what gives us all life. And the same thing, you can't contain the moon, and the moon is what controls the waves and the ocean, right? And so that's the feeling. It's like you both have something massive that you offer the world and the collective, and it can't be contained by this idea of let's put a ring on it. There's something much more to it. And so they feel like with you would understand something like that. Well, like maybe you want to get married and maybe you do want something structured like that. But I feel like both of you would come together and find some sort of compromise that would work for both of you. I can't. The Strength card came out so many times while I was shuffling. And here it is, the first card to make an appearance for you. Okay, let's get to it. The Three of Wands. Yeah. You've shown them a different way in the world, and they see a future with you for sure. You've helped them change their lives. So they could be an Aries, a Leo, a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Virgo energy here. And then we have Sagittarius and Aries energy out here as well. So a lot of fire, a ton of fire. But you've helped them embody and embrace that strength and that fire within them. And they feel like no one else has inspired them the way that you have, right? To put it mildly, it was love at first sight. But it was so much more than that. It was so much. It was like a death and a rebirth all happened in an instant, and suddenly my life was filled with love, and everything that was devoid of love wasn't anything that I wanted in my life, and I just needed pile two. And it's not an obsessive energy. This is a very all-encompassing energy that's very open. Like they don't want to put you into a box at all. They do not want to stifle your growth. They simply know that if I had an opportunity to stand next to pile number two, we could change the world together, and it would be an unstoppable force. And we would just have this amazing love for one another, and we wouldn't have to be tied down to each other. We wouldn't have to make it this big deal because it's already massive, and it goes beyond lifetimes, and it goes beyond the cosmos. It's something that existed from the beginning of time, and it will exist until the end of time. This is that type of love. And it's not, you know, like I have to have a label for it. That they don't feel that way with you. They feel like you would understand, even if all we ever did was meet up once a year and got to share that love together for a few days, and then we had to go part our ways and change the world and then come back again next year together, and it was just us, that would be fine, right? Like they wouldn't have a problem with that. That's how expansive this love is. Like they're not trying to say like you have to only be mine. They're not trying to say like you have to do exactly what I say. They don't want that at all, because they've watched you grow by yourself without having that. And that's the part of you that they love the most. Oh my gosh, I feel it in my solar plexus. This is so profound. Like it's from my heart to my solar plexus. It's just this pull like this. It's coming straight down, and it feels, it just feels amazing. Like it's not a terrible feeling at all. It's strong. It's very strong. It's like you could say, oh, their heart is dropping into their stomach, but it's not even that. It's just, they just know that together you guys would be able to shift collective consciousness, because you do it separately already. They shift collective consciousness they're aware of, and you shift collective consciousness, and you're both aware of it. But together they know that you would be this massive, just an incredible force in the world. Yeah, very ambitious. That makes so much sense too. You're very ambitious. They feel very, very much like you are out here not trying to conquer the world, but trying to make a name for yourself, and that's absolutely okay. We have ambition, realism, and methodical steps, right? One foot in front of the other, and that's one of your greatest strengths, is you're not trying to quickly rush to the end. You're trying to take one step at a time. And on the bottom, yeah, you're like home to them. You're this sense of comfort for them. We have the 4th house with cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. You're a sense of comfort for them, and they love that about you. All right, Source, what else? How do they secretly feel about pile number 2? And I feel like it's almost like there's a sense of fear for coming through and saying something to you, because maybe there has been feelings exchanged between you two, but it wasn't the right time, or like things just weren't in alignment. And maybe someone said no. And so that's kind of why they're just kind of, it feels like they're watching you from the distance. We have gratitude. They're so grateful for you. Unbelievably, it's overwhelming how grateful they are for you, pile 2. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. And I feel like that's the thing. You were always the light in the dark for them. Like when life felt hopeless, you were the hope that was saving them. Hang in there. Yeah. You will encounter all kinds of difficulties on the road of life. Don't give up. Hang in there. It's like walking in the dark. As long as you don't stop walking, you'll always welcome the light. Believe in yourself, and perseverance is victory. Oh my gosh, I just got so emotional. I feel like they feel that if they had never met you, that they might not be here today. And you can take that as you will, but there's like so many varying different things that are coming in, you know, but that's how they feel. They feel like they wouldn't be here today. They would have made choices that would have led them down a very dark path, or there would have just been a lot that they went through that would have created a situation where they wouldn't be here. And the gratitude that they have for you is just like, even if they have to love you from a distance, they're okay with that. They'll never complain about it, because you're the only person in the world who has impacted them in the way that you have. We have actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions, and this is what you do. And they feel like you're the only sincere person that exists in this time, that it is love. Like everything that they've ever wanted to be loved as or by, and that's you. But they also, you're like a shooting star to them. They made a wish upon you, and they may never see you again, and it's okay, because they'll remember you until the day that they die. And that's okay. Wow, this is such a deep reading. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me take a drink of water. It's 4:56 on the clock right now. Oh my gosh, so synchronistic. You help them make progress in life. So they'll still always follow you. Yeah, we have breakup coming in, separation, walk away, ending, it's over. Like, well, I took a drink so that I could grab myself, but I'm still feeling it, guys. They're so sad that they didn't take the chance when they had it. They've cried many tears, but they know that if they can't have you in life like that, that just knowing you has made their life infinitely better in ways that they'll never be able to vocalize, because there's no words in any language that show the depth of how they feel about you and what you did for them. Oh, y'all know me. Being the Pisces and feeling everything. Oh my goodness. We have anxiety coming through, stress, depression, panic attacks, restless. You save them from themselves. That death and rebirth that happened. When you came in, you were the hurricane that disrupted their lives. Yeah. Storm, warning, upheaval, obstacle, wrecking ball, and drama. But look, I love this picture because he's like dancing in the rain. He's actually really happy. If you can see him smiling on the card here. So they're happy that you came in, even though when you came in, it destroyed everything that they knew as a foundation. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. All these cards just flew out. Okay. We have ex-lover, memories, the past, old flame, nostalgic. So this could be an ex that you broke up with that wasn't healed at that time, and now they're healed, and they're working on healing, and they are just admiring you from a distance. I don't get stalker creepy vibes from this person at all. Like, I don't. Like, it's a very sweet energy. It's just like, if only I knew then what I know now. That's what it feels like, right? And then we have divine intervention, serendipity, catalyst, supernatural, and karma. Yeah. You're from a different world, but it's more than that. Like, you're the serendipity in their life. And every time they get synchronicities, they feel like it always leads back to you. They wish that they could come back. This reconciliation, reunion, second chance, back together, I miss you. There's no words to describe how much they miss you. And many of you might not be okay with them coming back, and they're okay with that. Like, they have learned to accept that, but it doesn't mean that they don't miss you. And it doesn't mean that they don't wish that they had understood the value of healing when you were in their life. Right? And it's hard. It's hard when someone's in a toxic cycle in their life and we think like, oh, this person is touched by evil. You know, I actually posted a short today on my channel about that. It's like, we need to stop demonizing people who are in toxic energy, because 100% of the time, the reason that they are toxic is because of trauma. Like, there is no, oh, it's only 75% of the time or what. No, it's 100% of the time it is caused by trauma. And so they were living in their trauma. And whatever that trauma was when they were with you, it kept them from seeing the whole of that. But like right now, they see you as this radiant being and the sun. And they recognize that there will never be, if there's ever a second chance with the two of you, they recognize that it will never be what they had once expected it to be, because it will be whatever it turns into. Wow. Okay. So we've got all these cards here. I will take this. I'll take those two. And on the bottom, we have Dragonfly. Yeah. Lighthearted and adapt. Finding out and change. All things coming to light and healing. Yeah. So they've done a lot of healing from the masks that they were wearing. Right? So they did gaslight you. They personified you. They were pretending. They were deluded. They were hiding their true feelings at a time. And they recognize that. And they're really, they regret it. They do. They deeply regret it. We're mirroring each other. Self-reflection, introspection, and inner wounds. Like, you both were mirroring each other when you were in the relationship. You know, the parts of them that they need themselves that they needed to heal were parts of yourself that you also needed to heal for, you know, when someone is the instigator or someone is the, not the instigator. And that's not the word I'm looking for. I can't think of the word right now. It's not coming to me. It's like when you're okay with them being in their toxic energy because you don't know how to stand up for yourself, right? And that's what it feels like. So it's like you didn't know how to stand up for yourself, and because of that, they were in their toxic energy. But the minute you started standing up for yourself, that started to alter their toxic energy, and it forced them to look at themselves. Okay, the enabler, that's what I was looking at. Is that the right word? Yeah, the enabler. Not the instigator, the enabler. And sometimes we don't know we're in the enabling energy until we get out. But they have for sure always loved you. Like, that's not ever been a question. Countryside. Aquaculture, irrigation, harvesting, and rent. Like, you're always on their mind. Like, even when they meet other people, like, no one will ever compare to you. And that's the thing. It's like they feel like they lost the best possible thing in their life. Ignore, focus, detox, and overlook. They overlooked just how powerful you were. Because I feel like at the time, maybe you were both in your unhealed energy, and that's okay. Whatever you choose to do, even if you say, no, I don't want this person in my life, like, I don't really care how they feel. Like, it's, you know, there's always room for us to heal and move on, and that's okay. It's never a requirement for us to go back, right? It's up for us to see clearly. We have painting, telling a story, conveying emotions, and we see that. Maybe this person wasn't able to show their emotions, and now they are, because all of a sudden I was overwhelmed on your reading, decorating and shaping. So it's like, however they were before, now they're tapping into a deeper part of themselves, a part of themselves that they haven't shown anybody. Okay, thank you. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So religion has played a part in this. You know, maybe you're very spiritual and they grew up in a very religious family. Or, you know, just your beliefs were different. And then we have pay attention to the red flags and reconciliation again underneath that. Someone from their past is returning to your life. The signs are cautioning you. So again, that's what Source is saying here. There's never, ever, ever a requirement for you to go back. Okay? That's never a requirement. But I do feel like this person, if they stop saying something, like they're gonna come back and they're gonna explain themselves or try to explain themselves if you give them the space. But they also know that getting space from you after how they showed up might not ever happen, and they've learned to accept that. Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. So if for some of you, you're going to give them space to explain themselves, and they're just saying, don't rush into it. No matter what happens, like, not rushing into it is going to serve you better here. Miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. And I feel like for some, this might be hard to accept, but this was a blessing in disguise for both of you, for them and for yourself. There's a lot of healing that's happening on a molecular level is what I'm hearing. Yeah, on a soul level. Divine timing. Look at that. Wrong timing and a stalemate. And then we have perfect timing and waiting. So just like things when you came together and when the pain happened, when the initial wounding happened here, it just wasn't the right time for the two of you to connect in the way that you did. But, you know, as humans, sometimes we like to force things. That's just natural. That's our natural state of being. When we want something, we're going to force it because we want it. And we're learning how to surrender and let go. And that's part of it, right? This could be someone that ghosted you. Disappear, silence, ignored, and rejected. Yeah, this could be someone whose silence just shut you out. And they wish they had said something. Yeah, they're reminiscing about you. Looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. They want to make new memories with you. They really do love you. That's the thing, like that song that was coming through, like, to put it mildly, it was love at first sight. Like, it was something they couldn't even grasp onto how they felt about you when they first met you. They knew they liked you, but it's only since your absence, since they ghosted you, or since that disappearance, right? Since the separation that's happened, that they realized just how much they loved you. Paradise, happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other in honeymoon phase. So after the healing period, there is an opportunity for fun here. There has to be a conversation, though. Coffee cup, meeting and talking, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, and building a friendship, right? So starting at 1. 1, you're like a dream come true. 2, just wanna be with you. 3, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. And 4, repeat steps of 1 through 3. 5, make you fall in love with me. If ever I believe my work is done, then I'll start back at 1, right? Like, that's the thing here. It's like they're really going to put forth the effort when before maybe they weren't. They see a future with you. Wow. We have wedding rings, union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, and devotion. You taught them what true devotion was, but they had to lose you to know what that meant. There was deception here. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. They lied about how they felt about you. They thought if they said nothing at all, that would be enough to close this out. But when they said nothing at all, they hurt you, but they also hurt themselves. Because why? True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. You're the person that they didn't know they'd been waiting for. And now they know. And there's no denying that. This is how they secretly feel about you. I'm going to take a look at this card. I have to look at it off a screen because sometimes these cards are not screen appropriate. So I'm going to look at it off screen, see if it is screen appropriate. And we're going to read this from the book, okay? Oh yeah, this one's fine. Becoming world. Look at this image. They found the truth. They found the truth, and you taught them how to be okay. And it's interesting because here with these conch shells here, like I keep seeing the card from this deck. It says I think it's a number 1 card. It says listen, but you're not listening. Like, what is it? You're hearing, but you're not listening with an open heart. And that's what they had to learn how to do, was to listen with an open heart. Yeah, and that took them time to find their truth. Wow, this is a beautiful card. Becoming world. Let's see what it says. Look, I opened right up to healing path. So again, confirmation that you're on a healing path. Both of you are on a healing path. And again, there's no requirement to invite this person back into your life if that's not what you want. You have to choose what's right for you, pile 2, no matter what, okay? It says disharmony amidst thought. Can we be more clear? Wow. Feeling in action usually reveals itself via physical discomfort. Feeling repressed emotions such as guilt produces immense changes in my biology. I'm like an iceberg. There's so much hidden below the water I can't even glimpse the infinity of my territories. When I don't have the resources to listen to myself, I can't with you, Source, right now. Thank you so much. My physical body is the one communicating the messages. My body speaks my truth to me. When I feel pain and I try to resist it or avoid it, I suffer. When I pay attention to my pain, going there, embracing it, and taking all the time that I need to recover my dynamic balance, I learn how to transit through any physical, emotional, spiritual discomforts. If I'm connected to my mind and body, I grow stronger. I stay stronger. What does it mean for me to be healthy? Responsibility. I'm responsible for my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, and my actions. I forgive others, and I forgive myself, acknowledging mistakes. With patience and a sense of humor, it is me who brings peace to my life. They're learning how to forgive themselves for how they showed up when it came to you. And this has been a very big challenge for them, pile 2, because they feel so deeply for you, but they never understood what it was to feel this deeply for anybody. So honoring that that's how they felt when they first met you was something they were not going to be capable of, because to them it didn't make sense. No one had ever affected them the way that you had. But now they can honor the fact that when they first met you was love at first sight, and it's only ever deepened since then. and that still scares them, but in that fear, they're facing themselves, and they're no longer lying to themselves about how they feel, that we are meant to be together. But they also know that they've hurt you, and they recognize that you might not ever come back to them, and they've learned to accept that, and that's part of what forgiving themselves has meant. So what a powerful reading. This was next level. I can't with you. Okay, so if you felt like this was your reading, leave the little camera emoji down below and say, although the past was not what I wanted it to be, it has taught me valuable lessons and helped me make profound decisions in the present moment so that I can create the future I dream of. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It'll have everything you need, including how to reach me for your personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And with that, pile number 2, I'd like to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredibly deep message. And until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to the 10th house dice, or if you were drawn to this purple agate, I'm sorry, it is actually grape agate. Let me correct myself here. Having a human moment. Or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on how do they secretly feel about you. I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone who continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you happen to be new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently around here, so with that in mind, if the messages happen to resonate, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And also, I did come into this reading with romantic intentions on mind. However, if you're not here looking for a romantic interest, it doesn't mean that the message won't still apply to you, but just keep that in mind moving forward, that this particular reading I was intending for it to be romantic love interests. Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and hop to it and find out for pile number 3, source, what do they secretly feel for pile number 3? Source, what do they secretly feel for pile number 3? What would you like to share with us today? What do they secretly feel for pile number 3? Okay, so we've got the 7th house. We've got Aquarius energy, and we've got Mercury. So we have Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini energy coming out. A lot of air on the table. They definitely do have feelings for you, for sure. With the 7th house here, they do see potential for a romantic partnership, or at least an intimate relationship somewhere in between those two. Let's see if I can get this to focus a little better. And they feel like you're someone who is unique and different and glorious in all your uniqueness, and they would love to share that with you. And they love the way that you communicate. They love the way that you discuss things with them. And they feel like that's something that they could share long term with you. There's a sense of equality here. And you're very innovative and futuristic, intelligent. You are reforming not only yourself, but people around you. Right? It's like revamping everything around you. I'm revamped. Makes you think of The New Guy. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but that's what's coming in right now, like The New Guy. Like, you're this innocent person, but also have a bit of an edge to you, and they like that. They like that that edge is there, and they want to explore that more. They want to know what that means, right? Why is that edge there? Like, what have you been through that's created that sharpness within you? You're also not attached to outcomes. You're not over here hoping and pining for them, and that makes them want you more. It's cute. So I do feel like they would like to come forward and say something here. You know, they think that you're so smart. You could speak multiple languages, or they could speak multiple languages too. Or maybe there's a language barrier between the two of you, and trying to communicate has been very challenging and difficult, and so they shy away from it a little bit. But there's also this energy like where you've known each other for a long, long time. Like, you could be childhood friends, or you went to school together and maybe went your separate ways. But there's this energy where they really, really are driven by how you see the world and how you share that with others. You're always sharing your information with others. You're sharing your knowledge with others, your wisdom with others. And that's something they really, really, really like. Okay, we're going to be using the Wild Unknown Tarot today by Kim Krams. All right, so source, how do they secretly feel about pile number 3? What would you like to share with us? Definitely had many a sleepless nights about you, wondering where it is that you're at and how you feel. How do they secretly feel about pile number 3, source? Might have been pressured into going another route by other people, and they didn't like that they let other people determine that outcome for them. How do they feel about pile number 3, source? What would you like to share with us? Okay, thank you. Yeah, you guys have been through a lot together. Maybe in the past, or maybe recently, or maybe just in general, you've known each other for a long time, and so that equates to having had experience a lot together. How do they secretly feel about pile number 3, the Hermit? How do they secretly feel about pile number 3? Thank you, source. How do they secretly feel about pile number 3? Whoa. Yeah, very attracted to you. We had another 2 cards come out. I don't usually take all these cards, but I feel like I should for some reason, so I'm gonna. On the bottom, we have the Emperor energy. Yeah, they feel like you are someone who takes care of business, and they feel like you would help them create a good life. Like, together, you guys would be stronger together, and they like that. And with the Hermit here, again, that wisdom is coming through, where they feel like you're incredibly wise, and they've never met anybody that's as wise as you are, or that thinks the way that you do, or that sees the world the way that you do. I'm trying to sit cross-legged in my chair here. Okay, I made it. My foot got stuck on the thing under the table. Okay. Yeah, they see you as someone who's incredibly wise and clever and capable of learning from things as they're happening. So, like, if things aren't in alignment with you, like, you're actually learning from that moment and shedding a light because of situations that you've already healed from the past. And they feel like you're someone that could help them see that they don't have to have, you don't have to have status. You don't have to have repertoire. You don't have to have any of these fancy homes or cars or shoes or clothes or bags or leaving a legacy. Like, none of that truly matters in the long run, and they feel like you've taught them that, and they feel like you see the world at its core for what it is, and very raw and vulnerable, and it's only because you've chosen to see into yourself. And that is very sexy to them. That is something that they find incredibly attractive about you. And it's given them hope that not everybody is so shallow. And they feel like you're somebody that's so deep. But it's more than that. They see you as this very evolved being that has the ability to rupture foundations that society has been built upon, and that makes them feel almost giddy inside, because it's like finally somebody sees that if we don't change the present moment, our future will be fruitless, and it will be haphazardly placed on the hands of people who are seeking financial gain, or who are seeking just to hold status, or to have the fancy things, and to be the keeping up with the Joneses. And so they like how you are already in this emperor status where you're taking care of everything, but it's not for the money. It never has been for the money with you. It's never been about the materialistic things for you. And it's something that really makes them feel good. And again, Mercury, they love the way that you communicate. They feel like you're incredibly intelligent and smart. Yeah, you've helped them heal from family past situations and found forgiveness for things that have happened in the past. And they secretly feel like you're the only person who could help them actually honor and validate what it is that they've been through. And it's not for you to validate them. That's not what they're looking at. They're looking at you helping them just by saying, like, I don't really know how to do this. How can I help myself, pile number 3? And you're the only person that would give them the energy and the information that they need in order to do that. So we have the 6 of coins. Wow. Clarified by the 10 of coins. Oh my goodness. Not only do they see you as an ally, as someone who will give to them what they give to you, they see happiness and bounty with you. Right? We're talking about it's not about material things, even though the 10 of coins talks about an unfair distribution of cash. Like, even in its upright, it's not necessarily super positive in the Tarot Marseille, because it's talking about how people feel all jealous, like, oh my gosh, you got money, you don't deserve that money. So it's an interesting energy. But here, it's like together, the two of you would be able to build this future for your kids, or for other people you would be able to help. I really feel like the two of you together really want something to do with helping people who are less fortunate. So it's like you'd be using massive amounts of wealth to help others. I know it's so specific, but that's what's coming in right now. And it's this energy where it's people would be like, but you don't even want the money, but somehow it's like pouring into your bank account. And people don't get it, right? And so they feel like you're the only person that gets that. You're the only person that understands what that means. It's like, you know, yeah, money is a tool, but we don't need it, right? We don't need it to be, it's like we need it to survive, yes, but it's not the only way to survive. There's other ways to survive, but it's like together you would create this. It's literally like tearing apart foundations, like taking that rich mentality of, oh my gosh, I have $1 million, or I have $10 million, or I'm a billionaire, and like I'm the higher class, and you have to respect me because I'm the higher class. And you're like, really? Because I'm higher class too, but I don't act like that, right? Because it's not about that. It's about what you can do for your fellow human. And that's something that they like about you. You're always trying to help others. It's something they find really, really attractive about you. I feel like I want to see, yeah, how you balance things. You're always on this path to something greater. And it just comes from you healing yourself and having learned what your judgment of self was. You know, with judgment is an interesting card, because it talks about judgment of ourselves. People are like, oh, it's judgment day, but it's not really judgment day. It's just the judgment that we've gone through and what we've learned to forgive and what we've learned to release and let go of. And that's what you've done. And especially with the Hermit here, it's really pointing towards the past, like how you've let go of the past. So maybe in the past, you could have been very money oriented, like it's all about the finances, it's all about getting riches, it's all about getting this status. But something shifted for you, and when that shift happened, this person, like, all of a sudden started falling for you, and they started to fall really, really hard. So they really, really like you, and they are very attracted to you. I feel like the attraction itself, the physical attraction, has never changed. I do feel like they've always physically been attracted to you, but I feel like more than anything now, it's deeper than just a physical attraction. Like, they're seeing the whole of you. What else, Source, would you like to share with us? Thank you. on the bottom. Yeah, the 12th house. Oh, I love this. Thank you, Source. We have spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. That's what I'm saying. Like, that sacrificial service is coming into play here. It's like this really big energy where it's like you would give it away to charities, or you would create a new type of charity, or around the holidays you would use all your money to help give people a holiday that they don't have an opportunity to enjoy, you know, like sharing food or sharing gifts. It really feels like that. Like, this feels very specific. If this isn't resonating with you, I would say look at the other two piles, because this is a very specific energy that's coming in. It's very clear what they're saying here, but it's like helping others that can't help themselves. And they love that about you, because that's something that's very near and dear to their heart. Even though we don't have a lot of Virgo energy, but the Hermit is still Virgo energy. Yeah, we have grass is greener, jealousy, better option, unhappy, deserve better. So there is a lot of people here who feel like what you've earned, you don't deserve. And this person knows that everything that you've earned, you deserve. And they admire you for not letting the gossip deter you from continuing down this path of creating something better for yourself. What else, Source? How do they secretly feel about pile number 3? Between the lines. Hidden meaning, vague, speculate, and implicit, and unexpected. Surprise, unpredictable, shocking, and unusual. Yeah, so people expect you to be something other than what you are, but this person was happily surprised to find out the truth of who you are. Like, how much you really do care about other people, like how much you care about the collective. I feel like for you, it's very collective oriented, especially with Aquarius energy here. You know, it's a community, like-minded people, but there's something here about helping the community. The candle just went out. Almost made it the whole time. We have ex-lover here, memories, the past, old flame, nostalgic. So they could be an ex-lover, but I feel like this is just confirmation that this is someone from the past. This is someone that you've known for a long, long time. And that they want to come back around, but they've definitely been watching you. They've been observing you from afar. Something about you has shifted and changed. You're no longer the same person that you once were. You know, especially if you went with a business mindset when they first knew you, or when you went your separate ways. Like, it was all about business. It was all about becoming a high baller, and now you're a high baller, but it's never was fulfilling as it was when you were helping people. That's what this really feels like. And they just really, really admire that about you. Home and healing. Look at that. Yeah. Home and healing. You feel like home to them. Comfort, safety, belonging, shelter. Also, this is giving me like helping the shelter vibes, right? Like giving to others. And then with healing, wounds, improving, mending, and progress. Yeah, it's like you healed very deep wounds and realizing that it was never about the status. It was about something so much deeper than that. You healing has helped them to heal. Inspiration. Let go. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. When there's a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. So you've had to let go of different things in your life, and maybe they were someone you had to let go of because you had differences, or you're showing them how to let go of different things that are differences. We have chill out. Gosh, this came out in a daily dice not that long ago. These two cards together. Don't panic when things go wrong. Stay calm. Being calm allows you to see the situation clearly and make the right decisions. Stay calm and deal with life's challenges with ease. Yeah, so I feel like they see you as the calm in the storm, and that brings a sense of peace to them. I feel like no matter how hard life gets or how much struggle there is, like you'll always be a grounding source in life. Spend quality time together. Listen and talk to each other. They want to get to know you better. They want to spend this quality time with you, right? And like she's kissing him. And you know it's her kissing him because he's leaning back and she's leaning forward. So that's, it feels like she's kissing him. Source, what else would you like to share with us today? Thank you. How do they secretly feel about pile number 3? Yeah, coffee cup, meeting, talking, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, and building a friendship. So they want to reconnect and build that friendship with you and talk with you. Look, because they feel like you're soulmates. It's just flipped out. Soul connection, partnership, soul contract, life partner. Yeah, they feel like you are meant to be together. And that's unexpected to them. They were not expecting it to be you. And not in a bad way either. They just assumed that you were going to go and live this life of wealth and fame and status and glory. And then all of a sudden something shifted and your true self came through and your authentic self came through. And they were like, wait, hold on. They're what I've been looking for my whole life. How do they secretly feel about pile number 3? Okay. On the bottom, ooh, seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up and date, third party and temptation. They are so freaking attracted to you, pile 3. They cannot help themselves. They could be the chaser. You could be the chaser. I actually feel like this person might be a chaser. Fear of abandonment, chasing codependencies. Right? And it wouldn't surprise me if you were in runner energy for a time. The snake, competition, the other woman, look over your shoulder. It wouldn't surprise me, pile 3, if you were a divine masculine. But again, if you're divine feminine, that's fine. We have Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, and struck by love. Yeah, love call, expressing love, message of love, thinking of you, informing you. So yeah, they are ready to say something here. They're ready to be like, yo, pile 3, ow, ow, we gotta do something. Not just the hanky-panky either, okay? Like, no, they, like, want to build something with you. We have promise, oath, contract, emotional bond. Yeah, they feel like you guys are meant to be together. And then health, exercise, diet, sleep, and mental relaxation. So taking care of your health, which totally checks out with the Virgo energy as well, right? But I feel like they want to build a well-being lifestyle with you, like health and well-being. But right now they're hiding, right? So it's not that they're cheating. It's not that they're even concealing or misleading here. I just feel like they're simply hiding. They're waiting for the right moment to pounce here to come out. So they're waiting to reveal their secret, that they like you. They like you a lot. A lot. I like them big. I like them chunky. I like them round with something. They call me Moto. A name so nice, you gotta say it twice. So you could be a fluffy person. They could be a fluffy person. If that's not something you're attracted to, that's fine. That's for someone here. So yeah, we have getting to know each other flew out. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Which also would check with health, right? Like, cool, hey, no judgment on my part. I am a BBW, so I get it. But it's that energy of just knowing that they are attracted to you for you and not, you know, for someone else or expecting you to be someone else. They really are attracted to you. Oh, hold on just a second. My dog is barking. The thunder, it was thundering outside and she thought someone was outside doing something. So she ran into the window, barked, jumped out, barked. She's crazy. What else, Source? How do they secretly feel about pile number 3? Okay, thank you. How do they secretly feel? Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Yeah, so they want to take you somewhere. They want to get you alone. Show you how they really feel. They want to flirt with you. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Yeah, they really like you, pile 3. A lot. It's okay, though. We have earth energy here. Persistence, patience, and practicality. So they will be patient with you. They'll be very persistent as well when they come forward. Because I do feel like they're ready to. I do feel like they're going to say something soon. Okay, addiction, toxic attachment, drugs, alcohol, obsession. So they are a little bit obsessed with you, but I feel like they're also healing from some sort of a toxic attachment or addiction that they've had. So they're letting that go first, okay? Friends, yeah, you guys have been friends for sure. Acquaintance, trust, support, loyalty. So you guys have known each other. This is not someone brand new that's coming in. This is someone you've known before. So they could be coming back around. Maybe you haven't talked to each other in a long time. Family, generations, children, ancestors, and origin. At some point, you guys were so close you felt like family. Simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. So they're going to come forward with a simple act of kindness. This is like extending the olive branch is what I'm hearing. Old school. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So this is giving me, again, vibes that you guys grew up together. You know, with the tapes here, it's like you have a past together. And they have changed their conditioning and their outdated thinking, and you've changed your conditioning and outdated thinking. And now they want to come together and see, what does that mean now that we're both healing? Not enough. Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego, fear, and frustrations. This goes hand in hand with that toxic addictions. So they're healing from not feeling like they're enough to have you. I feel like this is someone who's always put you on a pedestal, even when you were young. Again, they've always been attracted to you. This is not something that, like, all of a sudden out of the blue, you know. What is that song? No, love ain't like that. It don't fall from the sky like a tiny drop of rain. Hit you right between the eyes someday. No love, love ain't like that. Oh, no love, 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 it ain't like that, right? That's the thing, like, for them, this is something that's been a long time in the making. They've really loved you, but they just didn't know if you guys would vibe like that. Backstabbing, heartbreak, pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, shocking attack, yeah. So this could have been, maybe you guys had a falling out. And maybe it's shocking that they like you like that, or maybe it's shocking that you love each other, but I do feel like there was some sense of separation that happened here. And through that, it created a lot of distance. But this person was dealing with their ego, their fears, their frustration, self-sabotage, and toxic attachments. They could have had an alcohol problem. They could have had a drug problem. They had to get clean before they came forward. So right now, that's what they're working on. But they're also seeing you grow and become this, right? That simple acts of kindness goes back to that energy I was saying, like giving to the world. And that's something that they really, really admire about you. And so you've helped inspire them to become a better version of themselves. And they love that. Yeah, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Yeah, they're going to come forward and say something soon. Right? Because they know they have to. They know they can't just go their whole lives and not say how they feel about you. They know they have to say something soon. So I'm going to take a look at this card. I have to look at it off camera first, though, to make sure it's appropriate to show. Because some of these cards are a little risque, okay? But then we're going to read this from the book. So we've got... Oh, this one's okay. This is Open Channel. Wow. This, like, gives me, again, collective consciousness. Here's the world in the background. This is that connection. Okay, and an open channel. Like, you're channeling something divine here. You're channeling something very clear. A lot of air energy as well, and there's the third eye on the hand, right? And the hand is connected to the heart chakra, which is connected to air element, the breath. And so there's this element of opening up your heart to a whole new world. Whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. A new fantastic point of view. Exactly. You both have a new fantastic point of view. So what does that mean when you come together? That's how they feel right now. It's like, that's the question they're asking, is what does it mean when we come together now as our grown selves, if you will? Because I do feel like you've known each other for a long time. Not necessarily since childhood, but for many of you, it could be since childhood. Life is fresh and new. Wow, it's thundering all of a sudden. Life is fresh and new at every moment. As a mountain bird, I learned to read the changing winds. I cannot, I cannot. Source, thank you. I embrace the challenge of the unexpected, right? And we had that unexpected. At times I get lost in the ocean of complexities without being able to take even the smallest step. Yet when I flow without needing anything or anyone, it becomes absolutely natural for me to drive my inner vehicle. I am a deep being, and the environment which surrounds me pierces me like a spear. I observe it and I realize that it is made of light. I am able to look beyond the illusory scenario of the present moment. Today I am certain that the story I have not yet created is about to be born. This moment is an opportunity. With deep love, I rewrite myself, and we can all rewrite ourselves. Yeah, so you both have rewritten yourselves. That's the energy I've gotten this whole reading. I love that. It says creation. When I embrace my creative power, I am filled with strength. My creativity has always been ready to improvise and provide solutions in the most diverse circumstances of life. I make my mind flexible. I give permission to deep impulses and to the expression of my essence. An inner call invites me to create my own destiny through new ideas, perceptions, and feelings. Today, my creative potential is the answer. It is the key that opens doors to the great uplifting of humanity. Are you kidding me? Exactly what I was saying. I can't with you. And that's all it is. Look at this last line right here. It is the key that opens the doors to the great uplifting of humanity. This is next level. Synchronistic. What I was saying, like collective mindset. It feels like that. That's the uplifting of humanity. That's the collective mindset. Right? You've become an open channel. Maybe you've been connecting with your psychic abilities. Maybe you've been connecting with your ability to channel to the world around you or channel that love. Right? Being an open channel doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have psychic abilities. It could be anything that's helping to build the collective into a space of unconditional love. This is a very powerful place that you're at. But this is how they secretly feel about you. This is a very powerful reading overall. I'm truly honored I got to connect with you, pile number 3, and thank you for being you. Also, if you watched all 3 piles, leave a purple heart down below. That's for my Purple Heart Club. That's for those of you guys that stuck the whole reading with me. But if this felt like your pile 3, leave the third eye emoji down below and say, I choose to let the energy of love and cosmic universal flow through me and be the guiding light out in this physical realm. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It will have everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And with that, I would like to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredibly powerful message. And until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.